Software company Infovista putting in a 19% rise in total revenues for the fourth quarter, a quarter the group hails as one of the best in the company's history. To discuss the latest figures and the group's outlook, we're joined by Tobaly, the CEO of Infovista. Nice to have you on the programme. Good to get you. Tell us about the quarter you've just reported. How do you find the business environment at the moment, sir?
Good to be with you, Jeff, this morning. The business environment is pretty good for us. We just completed a fantastic year of turnaround while transforming the company profitable and growing the top line by 20%. The business drivers are more than ever what we call the IP convergence that are generating new opportunities and challenges for our clients, both in the service provider business as well as in the enterprise business.
Yeah, and I suppose one of your prime markets is really the financial services sector. You see fairly good health in that area of the market at the moment.
Yeah, our primary market is what we call the service provider business, the telco service provider business, where we do something like 70% of our revenue, whereas what we call the enterprise business is making 30% of our revenue. Within the enterprise business, the most important segment for us is the financial market. In the financial institutions, and these guys are managing their IT more and more like service provider are doing. This is why we are leveraging our strengths built with the service provider within the financial services arena.
Can we talk about a couple of trends then in the numbers? I mean, where do you see gross profit margin going? You've reported an improvement in this quarter. Is that a trend that you think you can continue to develop? And perhaps we could talk a little bit about license revenue development as well. What do you forecast going through the rest of this year?
Absolutely. Once you turn, as you know, Jeff, once you turn a company profitable, you better stick to it, and I'm confident that moving forward we will continue to generate a healthy growth of our net profit, of our top line, of course, but also of our net profit. With regards to market segments that are driving that profit, for us is roughly indifferent. Both service provider as well as large enterprises and government clients are big contributors to our top line. With regards to licenses, as you know, licenses are making 55% of our revenue, which is a very good mix in our revenue, and I'm expecting that the licenses will continue to grow at a pace of 20 to 22% per year over next year.
Yeah, hi, it's Andy Brough from Schroders here. I just want to talk a bit about how you see the trends developing sort of globally. Do you expect Europe to continue the good growth you've seen in the last quarter, or do you expect Asia Pacific really to sort of drive on from here really?
With regards to our regions, you want to know that our revenue are very well balanced between Europe and America as well. Asia Pac is making something like 8 to 10% of our revenue. Over last couple of quarters, Americas has been our leading region, and I'm expecting that for next year, Americas will make roughly 50% of our revenue. So definitely the leading region for us is Americas.
Good morning, sir. Guy Johnson. Your share price has been stuck in a very tight trading range for really quite some time. You talk about the changes you're making at the business. When do you think shareholders are going to start to see some of those changes reflected in the value of the stock?
I mean, the stock has moved up significantly over the last 18 months. In fact, over last quarter, we have had some slippage and shortfall in our revenue from Asia Pac. As you know, over Q4, Asia Pacific came back to its good level of production. The stock, won back whatever a good growth since we have issued our first overview of Q4 results. Moving forward, I do believe that if we continue to execute as we are executing, it is most likely that the stock will reflect the good momentum I'm seeing looking forward.
Gad, we'll wrap up with you. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk on another occasion. Gad Tobaly, the CEO of Infovista, the software business.